front bumper off the Camaro. So we are going to mount a intercooler right here behind the front bumper, and we're going to try to do all the cold side piping in this video. So let's take the foam off. I think this, oh, it has some push pins. Okay, let's remove the push pin, take the foam out. Here's the intercooler I'm going with. It's 2.5 inch diameter. I'm going to run 2.5 inch diameter piping on the cold side all the way. You can do 3, but I felt like 3 was a little too big because I'm not really going for crazy high horsepower. This isn't a drag car or anything like that. I want instant power at all times as much as possible with a turbo car. So I just threw in, these are actually the exhaust manifold bolts that came with the car. Threw them in, threw a zip tie in, drilled a hole about where it wants to be. So I can make a bracket later, but I want to test fit it. Now, when I mount it up, we're going to make contact. I actually already did, and we were hitting these edges here. This is kind of where the air comes in, so we might need to cut that out. But I think let's start by just taking this front piece out. Maybe this will give us a little bit of room, or at least see what's going on. So it's hitting. As you can see, this part here is actually touching the intercooler. Now, because I have it in front of the crash bar, it's actually kind of like leaned that way and it's hitting. So we could trim that, but let's try with the crash bar either removed or cut up. And that might give me the room that I need. I'm probably still gonna have to trim this so I can fit the piping, but yeah. But if you're curious, that front plastic piece, it's just a cover. This is what it looks like without it. With the front crash bar removed, it actually fits. And it fits with plenty of room. So I'll take it back off and show you, especially so I can start mocking up pipes, but there you can see the bottom, and there's plenty of clearance. We're not even touching anymore. We're actually touching here, but when I mount it up for real, I can tuck that in. We'll have plenty of clearance. Same thing over here. Plenty of room. Not sure yet what I'm going to do about the front bumper. Maybe I'll leave it like this, but it has holes in it, so I'd have to do something to clean it up, make it look a little bit better. I don't know. Still debating. I know if you cut out the whole thing, it looks like a toothless catfish, so I don't really want to do that. So we know roughly this is about where we want to go, and we know we have a lot of wiggle room. It's not super tight. We actually have a lot of room. So I'm going to try to get it mounted right around here. We tuck the back in just like that. Gonna have to design some sort of bracket, and then I can bolt it into the fiberglass here. And that should be plenty good. I don't know if I really need to mount the bottom, since the hoses are also going to kind of secure it into place, but we'll see. You know, the other thing I see people do is cut up the crash bar and then build just a straight bar on top of it to bolt into. I could do that, but I feel like the fiberglass here is going to be strong enough. But if it's not, we also do have the hood latch bracket here that I could bolt into as well, and that would be nice and strong. The other thing I'm thinking about is this washer fluid reservoir. I don't need it, and it's right in the way of airflow, so let's just delete this. Well, this might be the most budget way to mount it. Just using those exhaust manifold bolts, drilled a hole into the fiberglass here, and it kind of worked. There's a nut here, and then a nut here, nut here, nut here with a washer. I really should put a washer on this one too, so let me do that. But yeah, it's in there solid, and little wiggle room, but that's because once these pipes down here are in, it's not really going to go anywhere. I'm actually surprised with how that seemed to work. Pulling out the AC condenser, so we don't need that anymore. Alright. go. Okay, took a lot off, but I think we're ready to start mocking up. So zip tied the radiator since the shroud's off, or the whatever, the bracket up here, plastic bracket. Now down here I unbolted the horn, undid the plastic cover down here. This is just air vent direction, basically. It just sucks air in here and make sure it goes up towards the radiator into the engine. So we're just gonna unbolt that, hang that out of the way, and I think there's enough room to fit a pipe in here. If not, we'll have to delete this coolant reservoir and go with an aftermarket one, but let's see if we can make it happen with keeping this one. I clocked the turbo down. It's straight down basically, so we just got to go straight down and 90 into this area over here. Let's see if I can come up with something. So the first part of the kit I'm gonna have to modify. We have the straight coupler to a 90 right off the turbo, as you saw. I just purchased this 45, and so we're taking the 90, the end of it, and then it's a 45. And now with the straight coupler here, we need something. If I had another 90 coupler, maybe I could just put a little straight pipe in there and make that work, but let's use what we got. So we have these U-bends. You see I marked it. Basically just kind of looking at it, and I think where I marked is going to line up something like that. And so the pipe is gonna kind of do one of these. We got to keep in mind the bottom here. This is basically where the bumper clips in at the bottom. If we take a look, we do have some room before we will touch the bumper. So we got about that much room. So I think that's more than this pipe. We already know it's not interfering here. We have plenty of room. So I think this will work. Now I didn't mark it directly in the middle because I ended up not needing a 90. I needed something a little bit greater, I think the word would be. So here's the first one, and it looks like that might actually line up where I don't even need to cut anything. That would be pretty close. How's this one? Oh, this one actually looks better. So let's fit this one up. Let's clean up the edges and see how it looks. Well, changed my mind. Before I settled on this one that had more of the angle and I was gonna cut off some of the length, I just tried the other one since it seemed to be the right length. And it's fitting. Awesome. Took this wire crimper and dimpled the end here that I cut. Put a little bit of oil on both sides, and now we should be able to slide this in. Alrighty. All the piping for the intercooler should be basically finalized. So you see here I have this elbow adapter. This is a 3.5 inch to 2.5 inch 90. As you can see. Now I need to order a clamp for this 3.5 inch for the throttle body here. But there it goes. I cut up a piece, got it to fit there just like I was talking about. And then here it comes out and around. It's actually touching this, so I might want to like cut off the ear there so we don't rub through, or put some rubber or something there. But we got all of our clamps on, and same thing over here. To the turbo. On the driver's side here, I cut a little slot in this plastic under tray. That way I can still kind of keep this. I'm not sure if it will give me any benefit at all keeping it, but I might as well. But you can see the crude cut that I kind of need to clean up still. But it fits in there good, and from the underside here, the turbo, throttle body up there, to our connections. Now I gotta do the same thing, cut this one up, and then we'll be good. With the bumper on, one more time, we can see we actually have plenty of room. See if you can see down there. It goes nowhere near the edge of the bumper, so we have lots and lots of room in here. Since I'm mounting the intercooler this way through the fiberglass cover, I cut some holes here so I can fit the bumper over. Looks like I was a little off to the right on both sides, so I'm just going to file over, make that fit a little bit better. But that's essentially it. It's not bolted in because when I do the first startup and test it, I'm going to have the bumper off so I can check for boost leaks. But one of the complaints with removing that crash bar and the foam is now the bumper can be a little wiggly, if you hear that. There's no support directly behind here. I don't know if that's a problem for me. We will see, I guess. Let me know what you think about that. Next up, we have exhaust. We got to do something, build some sort of downpipe, buy a downpipe, something like that. And then the O2 sensor that's back here, the bung, that's not going to work. I need to plug that and then weld a new one, probably in the crossover tube up here. So that's going to be next video, and then after that we should be really close to being able to do a first start on this. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.